Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. According to a report issued by the State Statistics Bureau, Croatia registered a budget surplus of 0.8% of GDP in 2017, while the public debt continued to decline and now stands at 78% of GDP. Prime Minister Andrej Plenković is happy with the report, noting that it is affirmation of his government's decisive policies.
Concretely, this means that the surplus achieved in 2017 has reduced the per capita debt of Croatian citizens by 780 kuna, or roughly 105 euros. In comparison, in 2015, the national debt raised the per capita debt by roughly 2,800 kuna and by 655 kuna in 2016.
A court in London today put off making a ruling in Croatia's extradition request for Agrokor founder Ivica Todorić. A ruling has been announced for 12:30 on Monday. Whatever the court's decision, it will be subject to appeal. The entire process is expected to last between 3 to 6 months.
There aren't any major surprises here. It would have been a surprise if this had been put off until the fall. However, if this is postponed for 2.5 days, then this indicates that there aren't any major problems, but rather, as you said, some minor technical issues. However, it seems to me, and I'm not 100% sure on this, let's say about 99% sure, that the decision should have been made last Friday. Now that definitely indicates something.
After being approved by Parliament today, Dražen Jelenić was sworn in as Croatia's new chief state prosecutor. He replaces Dinko Cvitan, whose mandate has expired.
I am aware that my life will change, but let's say that I am foregoing those certain privileges for another privilege, and that is that together with my colleagues, I can do something good for the citizens of this country.
An announcement by the new president of INA's management board, Sandor Fašimon, that INA will only retain production at its Rijeka facility and that the Sisak refinery will serve only for logistics, has left workers bitter. Workers say that INA's majority owner, the Hungarian oil group MOL, is committed to closing down the Sisak refinery. The Croatian government, however, says it is not considering any such action at this time.
We also expect that the government and other institutions will receive us, workers from the Sisak refinery, who have data on the refinery's business results which are positive. Unfortunately, the unsound decisions of INA's management in the last cycle, which we completed without the use of the fluid catalytic cracking unit, resulted in substandard results, not just for the Sisak refinery, but for refinery processing as a whole. This needs to be addressed, and we need experts who will listen to us and a government that will be more decisive in adopting decisions. The Croatian side and the Hungarian side are strategic partners in INA. I ask that you afford us the opportunity to communicate our strategic goals in terms of how INA is being managed in the coming months. One of our strategic goals is definitely maintaining a high level of employment in Sisak-Moslavina County. Another one of our goals, one that we are continually communicating, is INA as a vertically integrated company, which includes the oil refining business.
MOL's plans for the Sisak refinery were commented on in Parliament today.
In question is a very calculated campaign. I cannot begin to imagine that oil being extracted from wells in Croatia should now be transported to Rijeka or even worse, to Hungary for refining. That means that these 800,000 tons or 27,000 tank trucks would have to be driven to Rijeka, which means about 70 tank trucks daily. Imagine the danger this poses to daily traffic, the environment, and our tourism sector. So long as MOL is the owner, it can do whatever it wants to. However, government as its partner, which still retains a large stake in INA, must bear in mind our national interests. I would say especially in terms of the interests of the Sisak region, which has truly been devastated economically. Simply put, we need to find a solution that will ensure work for people in Sisak and the surrounding area.
The Construction Ministry announced today that it will once again offer subsidies for housing loans to those under the age of 45. If the required legislation is adopted by the summer, candidates should be able to submit applications in September. The ministry is planning on holding 3 tenders over the next 3 years. However, in a change from the previous tender, this time the subsidies will be reduced for more developed regions.
In this way, people buying an apartment or buying or building a house in Zagreb will receive a subsidy of 30%, while those in the first category, such as Gvozd, Brinje, and Donji Lapac, will receive a subsidy of 51%.
The Glass Party has introduced into parliamentary procedure a proposal to renegotiate the Concordat between Croatia and the Holy See. In the past 20 years, Croatia has set aside more than 15 billion kuna for the Catholic Church.
On the basis of the agreement with Vatican, Croatia sets aside 900 million kuna annually for the Catholic Church. To put this into context, this is more than combined annual budgets of the Foreign Affairs and Tourism ministries. Our goal is to protect the secular values of the Republic of Croatia as foreseen by the Constitution.
Taking a quick look at sports, Italian Alessandro Tonelli won the fourth stage of the Tour of Croatia today. The 171-kilometer stage started in Starigrad and ended in Crikvenica. Belarusian Konstantin Sivtsov is first in the overall standings. Leading the Croatians is Radoslav Rogina at fourth overall. Tomorrow's fifth stage will span 156 kilometers from Rabac to the peak of the Učka mountain. And finally, in tennis, Marin Cilic fell short of the semifinals of the ATP Masters in Monte Carlo after losing to Kei Nishikori of Japan 2-1 today. And now the forecast for tomorrow. Predominantly sunny with a chance of some scattered cloud cover in places. There is also a chance of some brief morning fog in Gorski Kotar. There will be a mild to moderate northeasterly on the coast, strong at the foot of the Velebit mountain, shifting to a southwesterly and westerly in the afternoon. Morning lows of 5 to 10 degrees Celsius inland, 11 to 17 on the coast, will give way to highs of 21 to 26 degrees. The three-day forecast for the interior calls for stable, sunny, and dry weather on Sunday. Predominantly sunny skies are expected at the beginning of the week as well. However, cloud cover will gradually move in from the west, bringing with it a chance of some light rain in the west on Monday and in other inland areas on Tuesday. The coast will see predominantly sunny and warm weather. Only the northern Adriatic will see some moderate cloud cover from Monday into Tuesday with a chance of some localized showers. And that wraps up the news. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night.